Dante's vaccination.
Dante's vaccination, what's going on, guys? So once again, Steven Espinosa had to come out and shoot down all the rumors that people are creating on the internet, all of the distractions and deflections from negotiations. Steven, he came out and he said, as I've repeatedly said, it would not be productive to publicly discuss the details of certain negotiations while they are ongoing. Having said that, some of these rumors are comical, end quote. Guys, you have heard me say this on multiple occasions. This is the exact reason why negotiations are behind closed doors right now, because you have fans on the internet that are trying to act like they're a part of the negotiations, which makes absolutely no sense. Because if you really want to watch the fight, there's no way you would be sitting over here talking about, oh, well, if Spence doesn't get, the majority of the money, there's no reason for the fight to happen, because that's pretty much what fans are saying when they keep throwing this out there. I mean, if you're just a boxing fan and you want to see this fight because it's the biggest fight in the last, 30 years? Why do you care so much about the split? The only two people who should care about the split are Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. The only thing we're supposed to care about is the fight coming to fruition. I seen the video of Terence Crawford where some fans had mistaken him of being someone else. And then I started getting some messages sent to me, people telling me, man, Dante, some people are celebrating that somebody didn't know who Terence Crawford was. Who cares about who wins the popularity test? I don't care about who's pound for pound the most popular. These two guys want to fight to prove who is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. This is not an election. It's not about who you like the most and who you don't like. This is the fight game. Once you get in the ring, none of that other stuff matters. How popular you are or who's liked the most, all of that is out of the window. So there's no reason to be on the internet celebrating that you believe Errol Spence is more popular than Terence Crawford. The only thing you should be celebrating is the announcement of this fight, unless you just don't want to see it. Speaking of that, we have come a long way, because there were a lot of people, I used to see some people in my comment section whenever I talked about Spence and Crawford. Some people would be in the comment section saying that Crawford doesn't deserve a Spence fight. He hasn't done anything in his career. He doesn't deserve it, which we know what that translation is, because we hear fans say this with fighters on the hope list all the time. When it comes to Canelo, Charlo and Andre, they never deserved to fight Canelo, despite the fact that Charlo was Canelo's mandatory and Andre was the champion when Canelo was his mandatory at 154. And I can give you many examples. But at the end of the day, we all know what time it is. It's not the fact that these guys didn't deserve to fight Canelo. It was the fact that these fans, they knew deep down Canelo would most likely lose to those black fighters. Just like he lost to that old black fighter that was way smaller than him named Floyd Mayweather. But going back to what Steven Espinosa said, when he said, this is why we're keeping negotiations behind closed doors. It's so interesting he said that, because if you guys remember, it was Errol Spence leading up to the Ugas fight. Errol Spence, he said, it was kind of my fault when it came to negotiations and what everyone was saying on the internet. And he basically said, I learned from that. And from now on, we're going to keep negotiations behind closed doors, because it was Errol who started to talk about these splits, and the fans just loved that. They ran with that. They cared more about the split than they cared about the fight, which for the 1,000th time actually makes no sense if your name is not Errol Spence or Terence Crawford, that you even care that much about how much money is going into each boxer's bank account. The only money we should be talking about as fans is how much is the pay-per-view going to be, because that's something that involves us directly. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP. And I saw some pictures of some guys, a before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.